we'll begin with the slaw. The salad is actually, and the dressing is the longest part of the meal. So we're going to start with the dates here, which adds a little bit of the sweet, which have been soaked in warm water. And just give them a light chop to add to the base of our dressing. And we throw these in our little chopper, my little favorite one. And we're going to go ahead and use the juice of lemon. I feel that citrus is the backbone, whether it's lemon, lime, orange, is the backbone to almost any salad dressing. Oh, so juicy. And I also try to fish out a little bit of the seeds and then use any bit of the fiber that I can get out of there too. Oh yeah, and even when you're making the fresh squeezed orange juice, you can take the fiber out. Okay, and then we're going to use this miso paste right here. We've got a teaspoon of that. And 2 tablespoons of our tahini. Delish. And then I grated some ginger here. I'm gonna throw that in the dressing as well. We'll give this a little zip zip. All right, so our dressing is finished and now we can start chopping for the salad. So I've got some spring onion here, which is always so much easier to chop than a bigger one. And when we talk about the path of least resistance, we've already got a party going on outside. When we talk about the path of least resistance, we're talking about when you're in a situation and you're not sure what you should say. Sometimes it's good to not say anything. Sometimes it's good to wait. And path of least resistance is about being mindful of what your next experience will be. Whether you're saying something to someone where you're chopping the cabbage here. See, it's more for the wow effect. I'm glad I sharpened the blade so that my knife is the path of least resistance. And this slaw is really great. I mean, the benefits of cabbage. This purple slaw looks so pretty. It's definitely nice to get this fiber, this veg in your diet. So I throw the cabbage in, some of these loose bits. And you can do it super fine too. Sometimes I like to do a mixture of, but it's a nice way to feature the vegetable. So this roughly chops out to be about 3 cups of cabbage. The Asian persuasion. So I think we've got enough cabbage there, so I'm going to set this aside. And I have some grapes here. Now this is a cup of grapes and I've already pre-sliced some of them. I like to measure my fruit, especially because I try not to do, when I'm doing a little diet detox, I try not to have fruit in the afternoon or the evening. So, and anytime I do add fruit, I want to make sure that I'm just adding a little bit. Like in my morning smoothie, I'm not going to use a whole banana, I'm just going to use a quarter of it. I want to make sure that I'm not using too much, getting too much sugar in my diet. So we've got our grapes there. We've got our, these are just a dozen of these beautiful snow peas. So I've actually shredded them up really nice for our slaw. And I'll shred these last bit for fun, because fun is definitely the path of least resistance. And this last bit is the shredded carrot. So add that to the mix. Perfect. And usually chickpeas or garbanzo beans, they are not in a slaw, but I always like to add just that little extra protein. You can never have too much protein. Well, maybe just a little bit too much. But mix these up, and I want to add my dressing. So we've got the tahini, we've got the dates, we've got our fresh lemon and lime juice, and you could always give a little extra bit of lemon or lime juice. I like to always add extra. Okay. So yummy. So I'm going to go ahead and finish tossing these up, and then we're going to move on to the quickest tuna that cooks up in just 4 minutes flat with our crusted with our sesame seeds. It looks almost restaurant quality. So I'll meet you over at the stove.